Chris and welcome to Four Corners. In September 2015, the German automaker Volkswagen Group faced a major ethical crisis when the United States Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice of violation of the Clean Air Act to the German automaker. Volkswagen cars were fitted with a defeat device that was able to lower the amount of emissions it was producing under test conditions. Customers value ethical behaviour when buying products, and Volkswagen essentially misled consumers through advertising the eco-friendly and cost-effective nature of the cars in order to increase their market share as well as maximising profits. The scandal spread rapidly, with Volkswagen admitting about 11 million vehicles worldwide. Now moving on to my colleague Romana.
Hi, my name is Romana and I'm going to talk about the Volkswagen response to the crisis. So, in our point of view, firstly, after the scandal broke, Volkswagen could have avoided lying and misrepresentation and confessed its intentional wrongdoing. That could have prevented the company from delivering the delayed response. Resignation of the CEO and other key figureheads involved in the cheating seems reasonable, still the board members involved should also be charged with fraud. 7 months after the accusation, Volkswagen gave away $1,000 vouchers to all affected customers in the United States. However, they could only be used toward another Volkswagen purchase. Volkswagen should have taken the full responsibility for its action and mostly for the consequences, the air pollution they caused. The company marketed itself as environmentally sensitive, but in fact is doing the opposite. The Volkswagen emissions scandal represents above all an absolute failure in terms of corporate social responsibility. To show that they really care about environment, they should have invested the money in planting the trees as they naturally remove carbon dioxide in the air. While Volkswagen has admitted cheating in the United States, it has claimed that the same behavior was not illegal under European rules. So Volkswagen is not paying European customers, even though it is recalling its cars in both markets. As the company stated, it holds the view that there is no legal basis for compensation or customer actions in the connection in other parts of the world. For us, it looks like Volkswagen is not treating its customers equally. Looking at the measures taken, Volkswagen basically did what it had to do. It paid the fines, fixed the defeat device-fitted diesel cars, recalled affected vehicles in some parts of the world after local regulators mandated that. Nevertheless, didn't do nothing more. Despite the criticized mismanagement of the crisis, it seems like Volkswagen handled the situation well because the sales of the cars started to grow since 2016, and obviously the company didn't lose the trust and loyalty of the customers.
Contrary to popular belief, Volkswagen came out of the diesel crisis relatively unscathed, with the graph showing that the car company is now actually outperforming its German rivals. Jose Asumendi, an analyst from JP Morgan, actually stated that you wouldn't be able to recognise that they had gone through a diesel crisis. However, it must be acknowledged that the damage done to Volkswagen brand was considerable, with a wave of public criticism and media backlash severely harming the brand's good reputation. The diesel crisis exposed fundamental flaws within Volkswagen, forcing it to ask hard questions about its internal operations and what is needed for a car manufacturer to survive in the 21st century. Moving forward, there are a number of measures that could be employed by the car manufacturer to help improve not only their economic performance, but to help and improve Volkswagen's long-standing reputation. One of the ways that Volkswagen can take meaningful strides towards improving their brand reputation around the world is to reinvigorate the company culture on all levels, where Volkswagen's reputation is essentially reconstructed. The future direction of the organisation must incorporate an ethical organisational culture where moral behaviour is at the forefront. By reinventing Volkswagen's organisational culture and leadership structure, it can effectively improve its brand reputation, allowing the brand to sustain its prominent global position. This should filter throughout all the company, with Matthias Müller, Volkswagen's new CEO, focus being to change the old centralistic leadership mentality throughout the company. This old centralistic leadership was particularly evident in September 2015, where an emergency meeting was arranged in Wolfsburg. Virtually everyone present was male and German, most of them engineers or scientists by training, which Campbell states is not an ideal team to handle a dramatic public relations crisis. Simply by diversifying their leadership structure and hiring an array of new leaders, Volkswagen can gain a more insightful perspective from ethical leaders, who not only specialise in dealing with these situations, but are more inclined to suppress dilemmas such as these ones before they escalate. Now moving on to our foreign correspondent Sven in Germany, who's going to offer another recommendation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sven, live from Germany. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we think Volkswagen could do to come back from the crisis. One way would be creating a new name for their cars, which they want to implement in the regional markets. And the aim of this would be that the car name will automatically be associated by the client with something they feel comfortable with and is related to their habits, which gives them a feeling of safety, which want them to buy the car and they feel comfortable driving it around. Another way they could do it, because Volkswagen wasn't very operating before the diesel scandal in the electric car industry, and Matthias Erb, the Volkswagen Chief Engineer Officer in North America, says that every brand and segment is going to have any kind of electric to offer, that the electrification is going to be the powertrain of the future. Volkswagen really has to move away from diesel, as it relied way too deeply on diesel, and it has to focus more on electric cars. And from 2019 onwards, the company wants to present 20 new electric car models. For example, you can see here the old bullies from the 1970s, and here you can see the new version they want to implement for the future. As there are many other car manufacturers and for electric cars in the market, the public really wants to see something from Volkswagen they haven't seen so far. They want to get inspired, they want to get surprised with new car lines, new innovations, and the public really, they have to have a breakthrough to conquer the market. Otherwise it's not going to be good for Volkswagen. On behalf of the Four Corners team, thank you for watching.